Hey everyone, it's a Phoam Ranger here at Phoam Ranger Sports. This episode is going to be introducing the gymnastics team this year and turns their player roster, coaching roster, and their season schedule. So to start off, it starts off with sophomore Noel Ball, 5'6", competes in the vault and the bars, hails from Baltimore, Washington. Last year, she competed for the Broncos as a true freshman. She was an NCAA Regional Championships participant last year, WCGA Scholastic All-American last year, Mountain West Scholar Athlete last year, and Spring Academic on Mountain West last year. She appeared in 12 meets on Fallen Bars with Broncos, collegiate debut at the Quad Meet in Washington, January 10th last year, Fallen Bars, scored 9.6 and 9.65. Scored the highest vault score amongst all freshmen 2 meets in a row, January 26th, 31st. Recorded career high 9.85 on bars versus San Jose State. Career high 9.825 on vault against Southern Utah. Match season high 9.85 bars at Mountain West Championships. Marking the highest bar score among all freshmen at the meet. Scored 9.8 on vault at regionals. Marking the highest score by Bronco freshmen since 22. Then it's freshman 5'4", all-around competitor Nesia Bet Yehuda out of Plano, Texas. This is her first year with the Broncos. Then it's junior Carly Buell, who competes in only the bars, 5'3", out of Tacoma, Washington. She's competed every year for the Broncos. She is a 2-time NCAA Regional Championships participant, 2-time Spring Academic All Mountain West. Last year, she appeared in all 13 meets on bars, tied for team's top bar scored Air Force, posting 9.85, season high 9.875 bars against Utah, which also tied her career high. As a freshman, she appeared in the bars 9 meets for the Broncos, collegiate debut against Iowa State. Scored 9.8 in bars, posted career high in bars with 9.875 against Iowa State, Dix Women's, and Utah State. 9.8 in bars against Minnesota, UC Davis, and Washington. So would like to see her push herself to maybe get 9.9 this year in bars. Then it's freshman Lexi Kaffel, 5'5", out of Chandler, Arizona, specialized in the vault. Then it's freshman Isabella De La Rosa, 5'2", out of Meridian, Idaho, specializes in the vault and beam. Then it's senior Anna Ferguson, specializes in the bar and floor, 5 foot, out of Henderson, Nevada. She's competing for the Broncos every year. She is a NCAA Regional Championships participant 24, 3-time WCGA Scholastic All-American, 2-time Mountain West Scholar Athlete, 2-time Spring Academic All Mountain West and Mountain West Specialist Week, March 12, 2024 on the beam. She appeared in the floor lineup 9 times that season, made season debut with Quad Meet in Washington. On the floor, scoring 9.7, match career high in floor with a 9.85 tri-meet at Air Force. She did not compete her freshman year. In 24, she on the beam was the only time she competed in the beam with a win at 9.95. And she tied her career high with a 9.85 in 24 and 25. No wins yet on the floor. So we'll see if she will be competing on the beam as well this year, or if she's just going to do floor again. Then it's senior Kylie Hamby, 5'2", out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Specializes in the bars. She's competed for the Broncos every season. Two-time NCAA Regional Championships participant in 23-24. Three-time WCJ Scholastic All-American. Two-time Mountain West Scholar athlete. The past year since spring academic on Mountain West. She did not compete last year. Probably medical redshirt. As sophomore, she competed in all 12 meets for the Broncos and bars. 9.825 on bars. Sprouts Farmers Market Collegiate Quad. 9.825 on bars against Iowa State. 9.825 against Iowa State, Texas Women's, and Utah State. Career high on bars against San Jose State, Illinois State, and Yale. 9.8 on bars on Mountain West Championships. She doesn't have any bars wins, but in 24, she did post a 9.9, her highest high score. And in 23, her freshman year, her highest score was a 9.85. So would like to see her maybe push herself, maybe get like a 9.95 bars this year. I bet she would like that as well. There's freshman Rylan Harris, 5-footer of Tucson, Arizona, specializing this year in the beam. Sophomore Bridget Kemp, 5'2", out of Rancho Palos Verdes, California, specializing in vault and floor this year. She is an NCAA Regional Championships participant this past season, all Mountain West. Floor second team, WCJ Scholastic All-American, Mountain West Scholar Athlete, and Spring Academic All Mountain West. Last year in the vault, her highest was 9.825, and on the floor, her highest score was 9.875, and had 2 wins as well. The floor routine. Then is senior Cindy Cole, 5'1", out of Roseman, California, specializing in the vault and beam. 3-time NCAA Regional Championships participant. All 3 years she's competed for the Broncos. WCJ Scholastic All-American last year, Mountain West Scholar Athlete last year, and 2-time Spring Academic All-Mountain West. Her freshman year, she had a 9.75 high on the vault, 24, 9.8, and last year, 9.8, and a vault title, or vault win. On the beam in 24, her high was a 9.875. 25 was about 0.025 lower high score than 24. She'll probably look and do better in that, probably looking more like a 9.9 beam, maybe a 9.9 as well in vault. Maybe a few wins in both. Then it's junior Julia Krzyzwanski, out of Sarasota, Florida, competes in vaults, beam, and floor. She is an NCAA Regional Championships participant last year, 2-time WCJ Scholastic All-American the past 2 years, 2-time Mountain West Scholar Athlete the past 2 years, and Spring Academic All-Mountain West. She redshirted her freshman year 2024. Going to play in 2024. Last year in the vault, her highest was a 9.85, and a beam 9.75 was her highest. So it looks like she will be adding a floor routine to it looks like she's on the floor routine this year. Then it's Cindy Leach, a senior, 5'4", out of Irvine, California, competing in bars, beam, and floor this season. She is a 2-time NCAA Regional Championships participant. Last year in 23, Mountain West Specialist Week, March 11th last year on the bars. 3-time WCJ Scholastic All-American. 2-time Mountain West Scholar Athlete the past couple years, and 2-time Spring Academic All-Mountain West the past 2 years. In 23, she competed in bars and the floor. High score of 9.025 on bars and 9.85 on the floor. In 24, competing in beam with the 9.825 as a high and floor, 9.875 as a high. Then last year, competing at bars, beam, and floor with a 9.875 high on the bars, 9.825 on the beam, and 9.825 on the floor. So she'll look to get some individual wins and probably to get to about 9.9 on bars and floor, and probably 9.85 and 9.875 on the beam. Then it's senior Brantley Lucas, out of Athens, Georgia, 5'2", specialized in beam and floor. She is a two-time NCAA Championships participant in 23-24. Did not compete last year. Two-time WCJ Scholastic All-American the past years. A Mountain West Scholar athlete last year. In 23-24, she competed on the floor. In 23, her high score was 9.85. 24, high score was 9.8. So it looks like this year she is adding beam to her repertoire, after just mainly being the floor her first 2 years. Then it's freshman Mira Nero, out of Omaha, Nebraska, specializing in all-around. Then it's Blake Pascal, a fifth year out of Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania, specializing in floor this year. Got a medical return in 2023, so that's why she's a fifth year. She is three-time NCAA Regional Championships participant, 22, 24, and 25. All Mountain West last year, floor first team. Three-time WCJ Scholastic All-American, 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25. Spring Academic All Mountain West last year, and Academic All Mountain Rim Gymnastics Conference in 22. She's mainly just been floor. Her first year in 22, high of 9.9. 24, 9.9 as a high, and same with 25. And the 24 and 25 had 2 wins each year on the floor, so she would like to try to get a few more wins this year. And probably try to get like maybe a 9.925 on the floor routine in her specialty. This sophomore Delaney Reeves, out of Roseville, California, 5'3", specializing in bars and the floor. She did not compete last year, probably redshirted or medical redshirted, so did not compete last year, so this will be her first year competing for the Broncos. This senior or sophomore Christina Shenikova, 5'5", out of Morrison, Colorado, specializing in bars, beam, and floor. She last year competed in the NCAA Regional Championships participant, Mountain West College Freshman of the Year last year, All Mountain West Bar 16 last year, WCJ Scholastic All-American, Mountain West Scholar Athlete, Spring Academic All Mountain West, and 8-time Mountain West Specialist of the Week. On the bars, had a high score of 9.9 last year, and beam 9.9, and 3 individual wins as well. Then it's junior Malia Werling, out of Henderson, Nevada, 5'2", specializing in bars. 2-time NCAA Regional Championships participant and 2-time Spring Academic All Mountain West. Last year and 24 in the bars, had a high of 9.875 and tied it last year. Then it's freshman Cindy Whipple, 5'4", I'm Meridian, Idaho, a freshman, specializing this year in bars and beam. Head coach for the Broncos is Tina Bird. She is a former Bronco gymnast. Has spent the last 30 plus years on the Seth Broncos and been either head coach or co-head coach since 2008. only time she was involved with Boise State was when she coached at Bronco Gymanstics Academy from 96 to 05. Along with coaching the NCAA Youth Education through Sports Clinic, in conjunction with the NCAA National Championships in 98 and 01, served as site coordinator for the Yes Clinic April of 2000. The Broncos hosted NCAA National Championships. Also served in the U.S. Gymnastics Idaho State Board in 05. From 1990 to 07, she was an assistant coach under Sam Sandmeyer. She competed for the Broncos from 85 to 89. Then it's Ivan Alexov, associate head coach for the Broncos. He joined as an assistant coach for the 2020 season, promoted associate head coach for the 2024 season. Primarily coaches Fulton Bars. Before joining the Broncos staff, he has more than 25 years of coaching experience across all levels of gymnastics. Spent previous 5 years as member of the USA Gymnastics National Team Staff, co-owner of Omega Gymnastics, Beaverton, Oregon. As a competitor, he was a member of the Bulgarian national team for 8 years, 3-time Bulgarian national champion, also a member of the European and World Championships teams in 91 and 94. Petty Reznik is an assistant coach. Has been assistant coach with the gymnastics team since 06. Primary responsibilities, coaching both floor and beam. Include choreography for each gymnast routine and events. Prior to joining the Broncos staff, she worked alongside her husband, running Flips USA Gymnastics club team in Sparks, Nevada. In addition, served as a USAG clinician in National Training Center and has choreographed routines for top gymnasts throughout the country. Helped at the Junior Olympics for several years at the U.S. Olympics training facility. Then it's Adriana Pop as an assistant coach. A former Bronco, was the assistant coach July of 24. She will concentrate on recruiting new athletes while also utilizing opportunity to coach across all events, allowing her to identify her strengths. She competed for the Broncos from 2020-24. So last year and this year were her first actual years actually coaching. Broncos support staff is Macy Harris, assistant athletic trainer, Paul Masiato, Director of Ops, and Jamie Pepper, Assistant Director of Farms Nutrition. In terms of gymnastics schedule, they will start the year competition on June 9th when they'll take on Southern Utah at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Then they'll play up BYU at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday, January 16th. They'll take on the Air Force Academy on Friday, January 23rd. And they'll host the Air Force Academy on Friday, January 30th at 7 p.m. Take on Utah State in a tri-meet on Sacramento State on January 30th at 7 p.m. Then they'll host San Jose State, Oregon State, and UC Davis on Friday, February 4th, or on Friday, February 6th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time in a quad meet. Then they will compete in the Metroplex Challenge of Fort Worth, Texas, competing on February 15th, Sunday at 6:15 p.m. Mountain Time, when they'll be competing in a quad meet against Auburn, NC State, and North Carolina. Then on Friday, February 20th, they will compete at Utah State at 6:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, March 1st, they will host a quad meet where they'll take on San Jose State, Arizona State, and Sacramento State at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Then they will take on California on the road on Saturday, March 7th at 5 p.m. They will take on Southern Utah at home on March 13th on a Friday at 6 p.m. Then they'll round out the regular season at Stanford on Sunday, March 15th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Then they'll be playing in the Mountain West Championships and a quad meet against the Air Force, San Jose State, and Utah State on Saturday, March 21st at 6 p.m. Mountain, hosted at Boise, Idaho. Then the cycling members of the gymnastics squad will be competing in the NCAA regionals from Wednesday, April 1st through Sunday, April 5th. And they do well, they can qualify and play in the national championships or compete in national championships in Fort Worth, Texas, April 16th through April 18th. And we might as well go and preview we'll do a little mini preview of the Southern Utah road game or road meet tomorrow. Last year, Southern Utah won its third straight league crown, qualified for the NCAA regionals for its 12th consecutive season. Southern Utah ranked 21st in the nation with a 196.415. This will be the 83rd meeting between the Broncos and the Flippin' Birds, making Southern Utah the Broncos their most common opponent behind BYU and Utah State. The Broncos hold a 51-31 advantage in the series, including a 34-16 mark under Tina Bird. For the sixth time in 3 seasons, the Broncos senior Anna Ferguson competing against her younger sister Maria, a junior for SUU. Both have seen success in their collegiate careers and earning Mountain West Special this week on bars, and Maria securing all MPSF first team on bars. And note, the Broncos and Southern Utah will be conference foes in 27. Both are set to compete in the Pac-12. They'll be joined by Oregon State and Utah State. This will be the 4th conference of teams will have been together from 91-93, 06-11, 2013. Both are in the WAC. Squads were also in the Western Gymnastics Conference, 02-05, Mountain West Gymnastics Conference from 14-23. Broncos were tabbed first in the Mountain West preseason coaches poll, earning 27 possible 30 points and a pair of first place votes. In 2 seasons, Broncos compiled 10-1 record conference meets. Broncos were tabbed 32nd in the WCJ preseason coaches poll. Last year, Broncos were 32nd in final rankings. In the regular season, ranked 30th overall, 20 bars. So again, I think the Broncos should do pretty well against Southern Utah. Just a quick look at Southern Utah's roster. Starts off with Junior Elliot Bringhurst, vault, balance bars, balance beam and floor. 5'3" junior out of Henderson, Nevada. Then it's junior Brinley Christensen, all around 5'4", out of South Jordan, Utah. And it's all around freshman Ariel Colum out of Las Vegas. Freshman Stella Darian, all around of Fort Collins, Colorado. Then it's a balance bar and floor exercise. Marissa DeGroot, 5'3" junior out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The balance bars and the balance beam junior, 5'1", Maria Ferguson out of Henderson, Nevada. Junior, Alyssa Fernandez, 5'5", all around, Litchfield Park, Arizona. Then it's senior, Trissa Goodman, 5'2", competing in the all-around, Henderson, Nevada. Berlin Hall, freshman, out of Gilbert, Arizona, doing the all-around. Sophomore, Mia Hampton, 5'3", out of Meridian, Idaho, competing in the all-around. Junior, Mackenzie Kelly, 5'1", out of Sparks, Nevada, competing in both the vault and floor exercise. Freshman, Vinciane Le Pen, 5'3", competing in the all-around. Then it's junior, Corella Martinez, 5'2", out of Lehigh, Utah, competing in floor, balance bars and the balance beam. Then it's junior, Kendall McGuire, 5'7", out of St. John's, Florida, competing in vault, balance bars and floor. Junior, Riley Miller, 5'6", out of Saskatoon, Canada, competing in the all-around. Maya North, sophomore, 5'2", competing in the all-around out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sophomore, Sage Palladino, 4'11", all-around out of Prescott Valley, Arizona. Senior, Caleb Pardue, 5'1", out of Golden, Colorado, competing in vault and floor. Amelia Reeder, senior, 5'3", out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, competing in the balance beam and floor. Then it's junior, Alex Rutsis, 6'6", out of Falcon, Colorado, competing in vault, balance bar, and balance beam and balance bars. Head coach is Scotty Bauman. Associate head coach Jamie Wason, and assistant coach Jeff Richards. Support staff Stephanie Bauman. Director of Gymnastics Operations Assistant Sports Performance Coach Matthew Haas. Team managers Megan Luck, Brindley Kitchen, and Assistant Director of Athletic Training Jordan Matthews. So I think Boise State Gymnastics should get the win against Utah and start the year 1-0. So again, this episode, just a quick recap, was just introducing the team, meeting the players and the coaches, going over their schedule, and doing a quick little preview of their season opener on the road at Utah tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time.